The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. Here's your host. The new Black.
All right, beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the new Black Wall Street as we present to you guys the Money and Power Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way. One thing that seems to elude us is this conversation about money. But if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. And you can begin that study of Black people that are wealthy, that are still alive today. Find out how they've done what they've done so you can mimic what they've done to have some similar success in your life. Simply check out the website, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. It's available in hard copy or soft copy audio, soft copy ebook in English, and also soft copy and audio book in French for our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. We sold over 5,000 copies of this book with no Amazon. So, and we got 16 copies left. So, and we will not be printing this book anymore. So if you like to get a copy for yourself, a physical copy in your hand, then you just simply go to the website and order today. We are working on the website, by the way. I don't know what's going on with some privacy things, so I did get in touch with tech just to make sure that if you are going there now, that it is up and running with our website. So you do have, of course, you guys don't know, in case you guys don't know, you do have technical difficulties every now and then when it comes to technology. Today's episode is being brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, the Afrocentric marketplace, which specializes in Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, and also Black art-inspired gifts. Here at ERGJ Black Bazaar, we truly believe in group economics. So you can buy Black, shop Black, all the good stuff right here. We do have some protective equipment still here, Lysol, Microban, things like that, mask, shields, all that stuff. And what we are really proud about is actually here on the site where we have our Black-owned business partners. So when you come on our site, you come here, you'll find other Black-owned businesses that you can do business with. Yes, there's a Black-owned business that makes potato chips. Yes, there's a Black-owned business that makes laundry detergent. Yes, there's a Black-owned business that has air freshener. Yes, there's a Black-owned business that sells, adult novelties. Yes, there's Black-owned businesses that have natural care, toothpaste, deodorant. Yes, there are Black-owned businesses that have apparel. And so as we continue to find more quality Black-owned businesses to do business with, and we make the connection, then we will continue to add to our Black-owned business partners. So what you can know is that when you come to the Black Bazaar, you can buy Black and shop Black with us, and you can shop Black and buy Black with other Black-owned businesses. And this is a Black-owned business month here in August. So thank you so much, Miss Katindra. I hope I said Diva. I'm just going to call you Diva today. Where can we get the book? Okay, the book, my book that I wrote, Black Billionaires Club, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. If for some reason that site isn't working, you go to my other site, theblackbazaar.com. And when you come to the site, this is something else that we're working on. When you do come to the site, there is a section for Black bookstore, and then you'll find the book here as well. So either way, you go either place, find the book, and here you can find other Black books written by Black folk in our Black bookstore. So I'm just still doing the thing. Got journals available too. Oh yeah, we got journal. Oh, the other thing that we're going to be adding, we're working on now for September, will be your Black journals and your Black calendars for 2021 and beyond. So we are going to work on pre-orders and getting those things ready for those that want to prepare for the new year, and that'll be dropping in September. So normally around September we start preparing because people want to have that stuff for Christmas and stuff like that, and then they also want to make sure they start the new year off with their stuff ready to go. And so we'll be adding that in next couple weeks. Okay, so we'll be on the lookout for that. Good evening, good morning, the Money and Power Show. I have a very special show for us today. I'm going to look at this article from one of my investing mentors, Mr. Warren Buffett, and kind of talk through and have a discussion with you guys about some things that I see as well. But let's do a quick and see who's here, man. Go ahead, hit the like button, the share button if you care. Also, let us know in the comments below where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country, what city, what state, what country. We love to shout you out this morning, just see how far our reach is here across the internet. We are here in Decatur, Georgia, Decatur where it's greater. And I'd love to know just where we're connecting with you from. Here's the interesting thing. I have been doing a virtual show for quite a while, and it seems like other people are starting to catch up. And so I love being ahead of the curve where I'm already familiar with the technology, already doing it. And now we're starting to see other people just kind of start to do it because of this COVID-19 thing that is taking place. And so now many of us are using this thing called the internet, the World Wide Web, to reach people all over the world. And now if you think about it, what was once, a small world has become a bigger world because you can reach people all over the globe using technology. You can reach people all over the globe using technology. Now, what does that say to me? That says to me that I'm no longer restricted by where I live. So it removes the excuses as to why I'm not having the success that I like, or why I'm not getting the support that I like to have in my local community. It removes the excuses because if my local community don't support me, guess what? I'll go to the global community. And here's what I want you to understand. All you got to do if you are serious about, having success is you just simply have to find people. You have to locate the people who are looking for you and whatever it is that you bring to the marketplace. And that's what I'd like to know from you right now. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share, what value do you bring to the marketplace? What value do you bring to the marketplace? Because if you don't understand the value that you bring, then how can you convince other people to invest in the value that you bring? What value do you bring to the marketplace? All right, man, let's see who's here, man. And I'm going to catch up on both of these sides. I think we might have some people here. Okay, so it is working. Okay, fantastic. What's going on, brother? Daniel's in the house. Brother Aaron is in the house. Okay, that is working as well. We got some stuff that's working. Good morning to you, Miss Yvette Goodrich. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the Money and Power Show. Brother Sidney, man, is in the house. Houston is in the house. Thanks so much for joining us. The Diva has joined us as well. Miss Katendra, I think that's how Katrinda. Oh, Katrinda. Absolutely, man. Thanks so much for joining us out of Leland, Mississippi. I don't even know where Leland, Mississippi is, but look at that. I am connected to someone in Leland, Mississippi. Oh, man. You know what, Mama? I think I've arrived. Mama. What's going on, Tisha? You changed your last name. Was you married and got divorced or something? What is this new name here? Did you just get married? What's going on here? You didn't tell me. I ain't see no ring on your finger. Tisha, Tanisha. Okay, I'm used to Mrs. Benjamin. Now I gotta say Tanisha. Okay, all right, gotcha. Miss Katrinda, how can I get my business added to that site? Just simply inbox ERGJ Black Bazaar, ERGJ Black Bazaar. Inbox us there, ERGJ by Facebook page, ERGJ, or Facebook page, ERGJ Enterprise, either way. I don't know. I need to know more about your business. I don't know what you do. Love to know what you do, what value you bring to the marketplace, and then we can talk about what that looks like as far as being added to our list. All right, man. Houston, Texas, in the house. Marietta, Georgia, Mr. Brother RJ Mack, the millionaire himself, Millionaire Mack is in the house. What's going on, brother? Amari is in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Money and Power Show. Miss Tamika Slayton is in the house. My sister, who over there doing big things, and as well. Miss Glenda. Wait a second. Wait 1 second. We got a Glenda Tate Williams sighting, and if I remember correctly, today would be the 20th, and there was a date that just passed, which was the 14th. And if I remember correctly, about 3 weeks ago, we had this virtual coaching session. And if I remember, during that session, there was a lady on the stream, and I don't know if it's the same lady, but her name was Glenda Tate Williams. Could be sisters or cousins, could be a whole different name. And she said a lot of stuff that she wanted to accomplish. And she said, not you, but the other Glenda Tate Williams, that on 8/14, there was going to be this presentation as it relates to some cosmetic stuff. I think it was eyebrows or eyebrows. Yes, I remember. And I think I also remember that she said on 8/14, I would get some type of invite and I would know about this thing so I could watch and support and share and all that stuff. I could be going crazy because, you know, as you get older, you know, you kind of lose sense. You kind of get crazy when you get older. But I want to know, Glenda Tate Williams, do you know that Glenda Tate Williams? And did that thing happen on the 14th and I missed it? Or did I not get the memo? Glenda Tate Williams, can you reach out to the Glenda Tate Williams that I'm talking about and see what happened on 8/14? If it did go down on 8/14, then Miss Glenda Tate Williams, can you reach out to the other Glenda Tate Williams and see if I can get the link so I can watch that thing that Glenda Tate Williams said on 8/14, I'm going to do this presentation. Okay, let me keep going. Now I was going to talk about something, but now I want to talk about something else. Okay, Miss Vivian Reed, Grand Rising, thanks so much for joining us here today on the Money and Power Show. Katrinda, all right, fantastic. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so now we have a new, okay, Glenda Tate Williams. Okay, makeup tutorials in the process, getting logistics in place. That doesn't work for me, Miss Glenda Tate Williams. Here's the reason why. Because for some strange reason, as I told you, the things that we say we know we should do, and we say we're going to do them, and we put the date out to get them done, they either get done or they get delayed. I don't care about the reasoning, or, I mean, unless there's some death in the family or something, you know, serious that has occurred, that don't really matter to me. All I know is 8/14 came, and either you did what you said you was going to do, or you didn't. Okay? That's what I know. So my question to you is, did you do it, or did you not do it? Regardless of the reasoning. Because I got this date stuck in my mind. You solidified the date. I validated the date. We agreed upon the date. So regardless of all of this other stuff, because there's going to always be reasons. Here's the thing. Here's what I want you guys to learn and understand when it comes to the success that you want to have in life. Right? You either get it done or you don't. Okay? You had 3 weeks, if not 3 weeks, to get the whole process together and to make sure that you did something, even if it wasn't perfect. And here's the problem with many of us. We want our first time to be perfect, and we never actually complete the first time. When I first started, broadcasting or doing streaming and stuff like that, you know how long it would have took me to actually stream if I started using this thing? Oh, it's in process. I'm getting logistics in place. You know what I did? I just picked up my phone and I went live. That's what I did. That is what I did. And then ever since then, for, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years, you know what I do? I just get on and I go live. Now, what would happen if it got delayed for whatever strange reason? Right? I'd still find other reasons why not to. So you and I, for those who really want to, who really about that action, boss, we either do it or we don't. It's either we find ways to get it done, find reasons to get it done, find reasons to accomplish that thing, or we find reasons not to, or I would say excuses not to. Now, here's the simple thing. And I'm going to get on you because you know what? We had a long conversation. It was 3 or 2 in the morning. I said, you know what? I'm going to get this free consultation. And I put you to the fire. I said, you know what, Miss GTW? I'm going to find out if you're serious about this thing on 8/14. That's what I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out if you're serious about it. See, we can talk about it all day long. We can say, oh, I want this, and oh, I want to accomplish this. Oh, I want a better life. Oh, I'm tired of the job. All these things that we just don't want anymore. Or these things that we do want in our life. But then where the rubber meets the road, once we get past the discussion, once we get past the plan, Once we get past the strategy to accomplish, it comes down to execution. Everybody put in the console, execute. It comes down to execution, right? Plans mean nothing. They are absolutely a waste of paper for the people who don't accomplish the thing, who don't execute. Now, here's the deal, Miss GTW, because I just got to keep it real. Most people see, I love you. I love you so much that I will tell you the truth. I don't hate you so much that I will coddle, right, this moment. I love you so much that I'm just going to tell you the truth. Now, here's the simple thing. You're talking about logistics. You're talking about plans. You're talking about all this delay. You simply could have got your phone or your laptop or whatever. And I said that, okay, well, even if, because you remember, we talked about, we said, hey, yo, what happens if the person that you want to do it, because I told you this too, if the person that you want to do it because you know you're going to get a model. If the person that you wanted to do it, what if they get camera shy? What is your backup plan? I talked about this. I said, because now you're depending on other people. And I know it's the other person that you are depending on to be your model or to help you with this. I'm almost 99% sure that they're the reason why your plans got delayed. Am I correct or not? Is it because of the dependence on other people to help you get started, or to be your model in this presentation, or to help you with technology, or whatever it is? I'm about 99% sure that the reason why your plans got delayed is because you were waiting on other people. I want to know if that's true or not, because I don't know. I'm just guessing here. This is just an assumption. I could be totally wrong. I believe I'm about 1% wrong, but I could be wrong as all get out. It could be all you, but I don't believe it's all you. I believe you were probably waiting on someone else, probably someone else in this whole thing to help you out, to show up, to do the camera work, something else. I truly don't. I just have a hard time believing, Miss GTW, that it was just you. I think it was someone else that caused your plans to get delayed. Is that correct or not? Is that correct or not? Oh, Brother Warren, man, value bring to the marketplace. We provide quality African women and men clothing, accessories, health, and wellness products. Thanks so much for doing that. Good morning to you. TWT is in the house. Good morning to you. How are you? Okay, you are? Okay, I'm talking to the right person. Donald Hurst is in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Money and Power Show. You did not do it. Okay, that's fantastic. We being honest, right? We being honest. I appreciate that. See if we can be honest. We can have a real conversation. Real people, grown adults having adult conversation, right? So I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, right? Yes, I am disappointed because I was really looking forward to the 14th. I really was. We were having this long conversation. It was like, yes, we ready to move forward. We're ready to take the first step. We got 3 weeks to get it done, and we either do it or we don't. Now, the good thing is, I don't know how much marketing or advertising that you did. I don't know how many other people you told that you were going to do this. I don't know all that. I don't even know if you told anybody else, because then if you told other people, you really would have had to get it done. And here's my last question as it relates to this thing that we said we was going to do. This thing that we said we was going to do. Is it also true that you probably didn't tell enough other people because you didn't want them to hold you accountable to actually getting it done? That would have put a little bit more pressure on you to actually do it. To, regardless of how it came out, regardless of the first. Here's the thing. Don't fear the first step. Everybody put it down on no fear. Don't fear the first step. Don't fear the first step. Right? Don't fear the first. So what? Oh, okay. So it wasn't another person. All right. You're waiting on a venue, house under renovation, and no proper lighting. All right. Let's take another approach. You know, that sounds to me like some serious excuses. Here's what I want from you, Miss Glenda. I'd like for you to tell me why you could have done it. I'm past the why you didn't get it done. I want to hear from you the reasons why you could have done it. If you don't have proper lighting, you could have got proper lighting. It only takes some trip to Home Depot. You're under renovation anyway. Might well go get you some of them lights. It only takes that. You don't even have to get no expensive lights. That's not a house under renovation. Are you still living in the house? Do you sleep in the house? Come on, man. Give me some reasons why you could have got it done. Why you could have got it done. The date that you set, regardless of the circumstances and the roadblocks and the challenges, because that's the thing. The thing is, as soon as you and I decide, right, that we're going to move forward in our life, we can expect obstacles to come. We can expect them. Matter of fact, they would not even show up if we weren't going to do something that was great for us. Think about that for a second. When I was doing nothing in my life, right, when I was just laying on the couch, watching TV, playing video games, when I was doing nothing productive for myself or for my community, I didn't have many roadblocks. I didn't have many roadblocks to stop me from playing video games all day. I didn't have any roadblocks that came into my pathway to stop me from watching TV all day. I didn't have any roadblocks that came across my path when it comes to smoking weed all day. I didn't have any roadblocks when it came to drinking alcohol. I had really no roadblocks when it came to the destruction of my life. For me. But when I began to move forward towards the improvement of my life, guess what? I got some roadblocks. Isn't that interesting? When I am destroying my own life, not many roadblocks. Nothing to stop me. Keep on going down the road of purgatory. But when I began to take some steps to improve my life, to actually take control of my life, to actually, make forward progress toward the things I say I want my life, that's when I get some roadblocks. Isn't that interesting? To go down, right? Look, to slide, it's easy to slide down. It's a little bit more difficult to climb up. And what you had, Miss Glenda, you had a step to take so you could begin to climb up towards the things that you say you want. Not the things that I want for you. Not the things that anybody else in the stream might want for you. The things that you wanted. Roadblock, challenges, reasons why not to, overpowered the ways in which you could have got it done. Whether it was, waiting on the venue. Okay, don't you got friends? You could say, hey, can I use your house for a second and maybe set up because I really got to get this done. See, here's the thing. Tell me the truth. And this is for everybody. When you really, really, really want to get something done, didn't you go out of your way to make sure that you got it done? When it was something that was so imperative, so important, that you say, I got to get this done by any means necessary. You picked up the phone, you called the friends, you did whatever it was to maneuver. And normally we only do that when there's real money on the line. Oh man, I got to get this $500. I mean, let me call everybody I can right now so I can get these votes for this contest so I can get this $500. Normally, we'll only do that when there's money or when there's a life on the line. But how many guys know that when it comes to your dreams, money and life is on the line? When it comes to your goals, your aspirations, money and life is on the line. When it comes to the things that are within you, the desires of your heart, money, life, and legacy is on the line. We don't take that too seriously, though, for some reason. Right? Don't fear the first step. Now, you said okay, so let's see, GTW. Did another research on makeup and brought a lot of makeup supplies and did makeup application on myself since person I did not want to do it. Okay. So, but where is the presentation? Where is the presentation? All right, so we're going to give you another shot. Okay. When is the presentation? That's what I want to know. Okay. You didn't get it done the first time that you set up. You got any reasons? I'm going to call them excuses. You can call them reasons, but I call them excuses. It didn't get done for whatever reason. Makeshift. For whatever reason, it didn't get done. When is it going to get done? Second shot. Right? When are you going to get it done? With everything that you have come up with and everything that has happened, everything that has occurred, that for some strange reason has kept you from accomplishing the thing that you said you wanted to accomplish, okay, well, here's a great question. Okay, now what? Now when? Now when? Everybody putting down, so now when? After we get through all the reasoning, all of the excuses, all of the extra stuff, here's a great question. Now when? And for some of us, now what? Just depends on what we're talking about. Now when? Now what? In GTW case, okay, now when? For many of you guys, it relates to your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Now what? As we did all that, as we did all the discussion, now what? Now when? Now what? All right, we got a new GTW. Here we go. Y'all see this? And there's another 3 weeks. That means 6 weeks. Another 3 weeks. She said, I need another 3 weeks. I need an extension. Okay. So 9/8/2020 at 7 p.m. Now it's hook or crook. I ain't got no, I got to stop playing. I got either I'm going to do it or I'm not. I mean, we said that the first time. So hook or crook. Okay. So 9/8/20. Let me look at this date calendar here. 9/8/20. 1, 2, that's 2 weeks. That's a Tuesday. All right, so 2 weeks from Tuesday. So we're talking about 3 weeks. 9/8. Okay. Hey, chat, y'all hear this, right? Y'all, this ain't, I didn't set the date. I just asked the time. She said date and time. This one is going to get done. We waiting on this presentation to learn more about makeup, because this is what this is her specialty. She's been in makeup for a long, long time. She's trying to figure out how she can monetize it. And I'm telling you guys, you can't monetize nothing. Without no action, there is no monetization. No action, no money. Okay? No action, no money. Period. I see you, my new business card. I feel that. Hey, I can tell. I do this for fun, man. I do this for. All right, guys. I'm sorry I got off track. That was just impromptu. Me and GTW, you know, I love her. You know what I'm saying? That's my virtual sister. I just try to help people who want my help. Everybody don't want my help. Everybody don't like being talked to like this. Okay, she got a theme song. She gonna play this song. Well, you can't play it because it's copyrighted. She got get ready, cause here I come. All right now. I like it. Okay. All right, guys. So today on the Money and Power Show, I'm sorry, got a little off track because we trying to help a sister out. Everybody putting guys on help a sister out. We gotta help a sister out, man. How many guys are about that life? Helping a sister out, helping a brother out. See, I'm my sister's keeper, I'm my brother's keeper. So I have no problem, no issue with trying to help as best as possible when it comes to the things that I understand that we say we want to do. All right. So here's the deal. I wanted to talk today about. I didn't put this thing down. I want to talk about Warren Buffett, the Buffett Gold Rush. So for those that don't know who I am, let me reintroduce myself again. ERGJ. Certified financial educator, international best-selling author. I've been teaching black folk about money for over 10 years. Most don't listen, but it's okay. And one of my mentors was Mr. Warren Buffett, and it was brought to my attention that he has made some moves in his investment portfolio. And I wanted to talk about this because some people get it confused. But the move has been to gold, right? As an asset, right? Everybody putting down, so asset. Gold is an asset. It's valuable. It's been valuable since the beginning of time, or since Jesus walked the earth, right? Frankincense, myrrh, and gold, right? So gold is a very, very valuable, precious metal. And there was a time up until about 1980, 84, 85, something like that, that all of our currency in the United States was backed by gold. And one of the things that I teach, I haven't taught in a long time, is just the history of money. Understanding how we went from a bartering system where there was a trade for trade, rice for corn, milk for water, whatever it is, right? So in the old days, I mean, it's still today, everybody had some type of trade, something that they brought to the marketplace, or they had to go figure it out, because it's either if you didn't hunt, then you didn't eat. But there were things that you needed that you didn't do. So then you would then trade what you did do in order to acquire the things that you needed. And that was what we call bartering, trade, barter. And so what happened is that as trade evolved from, calorie sales to Coca-Cola bottle tops, trading cards, all this stuff, we got into this thing where they said, you know what? In order for us to really have some flexibility, because to trade dollar for dollar or item for item just wasn't diverse enough, nor would it be transferable enough. Because who wants to move? What if I need a cow? And I live, across the country. That's not feasible. So in order to make things feasible, they created this thing called money, which would be a representation of the value of that particular asset, right? So we had money was then, gold. I went from calorie sales to gold, silver, and then they had money, or the paper dollar, represent the gold that was in Fort Knox, which represents the wealth of the land of America. Well, then, there was this bill passed that took the United States dollar off of the gold standard, which then meant that now, as we live today, if you have a dollar, it is not backed by gold. It's only backed by belief, right? The only thing that makes the United States dollar, or any, I'm not going to say, I'm just talking about the United States dollar, valuable, is the belief of the people who use it, whether it be domestic or foreign. And so as long as there's belief that the dollar, that paper bill is valuable, then it's valuable. So now it's all about belief, not about the value that something represents as it relates to gold or some other natural wealth asset. In the comments below, matter of fact, I'd love for you to share one thing, one natural, something of the earth, something that's natural, that is valuable, right? Something that's natural, something that isn't created, that's not man-made, something from God that we consider to be of high value, right? So give me one thing in the comments below. Now, why am I still doing this? Because I really want us to understand, or begin to understand, especially as Black folk, what real wealth is. And most of us only think of real wealth most of us only think of wealth as money, which would be a dollar, or, the zeros that you have in a bank account. That's not real wealth. Okay? That's money. Now that can be used to acquire assets, which are real wealth, but the money that you have in the bank is not real wealth. Okay? Do we understand that? Right? This is just learning about money. All right, so got to ask it, right? So Mark Day said, man, water, absolutely, right? I mean, you try living without water, right? Water we're 85% water. Our bodies are 85% water. One of the most valuable assets that is controlled by, governments is water. People, there's war. Think about this. Wars that happen, you never have a war over money. It's not over money. The war will take place over assets or real wealth or control of some commodity, some asset, right? Not money. They have a war over water. They have a war over oil. They have a war over silver. They have war over diamonds. Real wealth is in the natural assets that are acquired by a people or by a government or institution or society. Understand what real wealth is versus money. Now you can use money, right, as a tool to acquire real wealth, but money itself is not wealth. So when you think about, okay, if I want to leave a legacy and I want to pass down real wealth, right? You either say I want to pass down real access to wealth, which would be the money, or I'm actually passing down some wealth for real, which would be some assets or the control of some assets, if that's making sense to anybody. One of the most valuable assets, land. That's why real estate is so very valuable. They ain't making no more of it. The control of that particular plot, that particular area, the ownership of it, very valuable. The ownership of diamonds, the ownership of gold, very valuable. Now, there has been some manipulation, I would say, as relates to value of wealth, or the value of wealth, and that manipulation would then be this thing that has been created called the stock market, which would be a representation of real wealth through the trading of these wealth assets, which would be mimicked digitally. And now you have, we have in 2020, we have some other things that are wealthy that may not necessarily be of natural, natural, right? We have, what do they call it? We have, I can't think of the word. We now have virtual real estate, right? A website is valuable. So we've gone from real estate being a physical space. Now we are into virtual space and saying that the air up there is valuable. And how much of it do you own? This is what we've gotten to in 2020. Where if you don't own any physical real estate, do you own any virtual real estate? How many guys own a website? You own a domain, right? How many guys have seen domains that are so valuable that the prices of those domains get kind of outrageous? Like, I don't know, Trump for president. That domain was probably a $1 million domain to own, something like that. I don't know, right? So value or price, not value, price of an asset all comes down to supply and demand. The more that something is wanted versus the availability of that particular thing would then constitute the price of that said thing going up, i.e. Lysol. So right now there is a huge demand for Lysol. It's almost like gold. Think about it, right? So much demand for Lysol, so little supply, and people don't seem to understand, well, because there is little supply and high demand, then the price of Lysol goes up. Oh, it's simple. This is simple economics, right? If you can't get it and you want it bad enough, you can get it if you're willing to pay the price. Doesn't that make sense? Makes sense. Okay? Makes sense. What's going on, Shepard? How you doing, bro? I was trying to tag you on something earlier. Appreciate you. Now, let me get to this article. I just wanted to give a quick little look at, I want us to understand real wealth, man, because some of us, we just going after money, and I'm saying that's good, get the money, but use the money to get wealth, to increase your wealth. So my philosophy is get rich, right, and build wealth. Get rich meaning get the money, get the capital, use the capital to build wealth. That's my philosophy. I don't know what your philosophy is, but that's my philosophy. All right, so I wanted to take a look at this article. And again, this is one of my virtual mentors, a man that I've studied, one of the greatest investors of our time, and I follow Buffett. I don't necessarily always do what Buffett does, but I allow his philosophy to be impressed upon my philosophy, so my philosophy get better. Because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try to do it like the best has done it, and I consider him to be the best investor of our time. Now, I'm not going to be able to finish all this today just because I got a late start because I was dealing with GTW, but nonetheless, let me see if you make sure you guys can see this on the screen. All right, let me take that down. Let me take this down. I'm going to take this down to make sure you guys see everything. All right, and let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So Warren Buffett traded Goldman Sachs for gold in Berkshire Hathaway's newly revealed portfolio. So Warren Buffett runs a company called Berkshire Hathaway, and Berkshire Hathaway, what Berkshire Hathaway is, it is a holding company for other companies. So they basically are just an investment company, right? They don't necessarily create products and services that you buy or sell. They just simply invest in other businesses. Right now, just think about this concept. What if you and I, as black people, we found other black businesses to invest in, and then we got rich when they got rich? What a novel idea. And this is how Warren Buffett has gotten rich. He has simply invested in other companies, and as those companies improved, as those companies did better, as those companies increased profits, guess what? He got some kickback, and he got rich off of simply investing in other businesses. So there's more than one way to get rich. It don't have to be off your back. It don't have to be by picking cotton. It don't have to be none of that. A lot of different ways to get rich. All right. So, but I found this interesting because I got sent this by a brother who is hell bent on gold, which I'm not, and the way in which he is hell bent on. Well, let's first look at this first thing. Goldman Sachs. What does Goldman Sachs represent? Goldman Sachs represents the banking industry. So what I find very interesting is for this old white man who is considered to be one of the best investors of our lifetime to basically decrease his exposure to banks. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. Why is this pretty interesting? He sold he's selling his shares, he's reducing his exposure to banks. Anybody want to know? I mean, I got great reason why that makes sense to me. Well, I would say this: the whole banking industry, just like we just talked about the evolution of money, the whole banking industry is changing as well, right? There's less and less people of the new age, our next generation, who are actually confident in using banks. Although the older generation keeps talking about you got to have a bank account, the new generation is like, do you not know that Cash App exists? Do you not know that PayPal exists? Do you not know that I can do the stuff that you might have needed to do in banks that I don't have to do no more? Do you not know that we don't write checks? Right? So the new generation is like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all keep doing stuff the old way. We doing stuff a whole new way. And for an old white man, Mr. Warren Buffett, to see that something ain't right about where the banking industry is going should say a whole lot. Okay? All right, that's right. Gold is great in times of uncertainty. Right? We'll talk about that in a second, right? So look at that. Digital economy is rising in importance. I love that. The digital economy, right? We all are part of it. How many guys have actually done some, not just with your credit card, but I'm talking about some digital transaction that you was like, this whole banking thing is like, matter of fact, when's the last time you actually went to a bank? Called the bank? Had any interaction with the bank? So there's a big shift that's taking place as it relates to how people transact money. Not that banks are still not being used, but their profit margins are surely being reduced because because when you don't have a lot of money that's flowing in and you can't get all those late fees and overdraft fees and all that stuff that you use to being able to then generate money for yourself, and when people aren't borrowing as much because during pandemic time and all these other reasons, it surely affects the bank and the banking industry. All right, let's keep going. Again, I'm not going to get through all of this. Of course, if you're in the BBC or the Black Billionaires Club, we do this stuff all the time, but I just, sometimes I like to do it for the public. But here's the thing. So Warren Buffett, not only did he do that, he sold airline stocks. In case you guys don't know, he sold all his airline holdings, including Delta and Southwest. That was in May. Wow. So in May, he was selling airline stocks. And so we're going to actually look at Delta next Wednesday because somebody asked me from the group about that. But he also dumped his bank stocks, closing his position in Goldman Sachs completely. He is completely out of Goldman Sachs. So indeed, Buffett did far more than selling and buying between April and June, as Berkshire Hathaway quarterly shareholder filing released Friday afternoon made clear. As the coronavirus crisis escalated, the celebrated investor just added a new stock to his Berkshire Hathaway portfolio, Barrick Gold. Now, for those that don't understand, he invested in a stock that deals with gold. He didn't go buy gold. So there's a lot of different ways for you to have exposure to gold without necessarily having gold in some safe deposit box somewhere or something like that. So this is the digital form of having exposure to gold. Now there's some proponents and there's some people obviously who are like, the whole push to own gold. I'm not that type of guy. But I'd love to have a conversation with you as to why you think owning gold is actually going to be great for you for some strange reason. I mean, And how, and the real thing is, how liquid is gold? How easily can you convert gold to cash that you can actually use as a transfer of money? Like, you don't go somewhere and say, hey man, you know what I'm saying, let me get some of that. Let me get these groceries, these $100 groceries, I'm gonna give you a gram of gold. That ain't gonna happen, right? So to me, it's not like, it's great. I mean, I'm not saying don't have it as a part of your portfolio, as part of your, if you want to add precious metals as a part of your diverse portfolio of wealth. But let's really understand what we're talking about when we're talking about gold. There's a lot of ways to build capital, to increase revenue, to build capital, to increase your portfolio, to make your money grow without necessarily just simply saying I own some gold. I think that was great way back in the day, and I'm not going to say it's just something that I think. And it's even still relevant today to have some exposure to gold if that's what you want to do. But are you really going to, when push comes to shove, do you really think about this for a second, as we think about the evolution of money, do you really think in 2030, people are going to be like, man, I'm glad I got me some gold in 2020? I don't think so. When we think about 2030, 2040, 2050, I don't think people are going to be like, okay, now's the time for us to go back to to trading gold as a way of doing business, as a way of exchange. I don't think so, right? That just doesn't, history doesn't tell us that we ever go back, that we really go back to how we used to do things. History shows us that trends happen, and there's cycles of trends that take place. But when we look at money, it's always kind of moved towards a more virtual experience, right? To how easy it is for us to be able to transact, to exchange. And now we're getting to a place where we're talking about not only just exchange, but now we're talking about privacy. That's why we have like cryptocurrency. That's all about privacy. It's all about taking the power out of the hands of the central banks. That's what cryptocurrency is all about. Digital currency. So anyway, so Sharik said you got it as a short-term investment. That's great. But in what form? Again, in what form though? Was it a form that you invested in gold through some Mr. Warren Buffett through a stock, or are you saying I went and got gold to own in my safe deposit box or whatever form, so that later I could sell it for a higher price? Now here's what I would say the logic is in that. Right? And let me, Lord, I don't even know how much time. Let me keep going. Barrick Gold. I was going to take a look at Barrick Gold this morning, a Canada-based mining company whose stock price loosely trades in a tandem with the price of gold, which has surged this year up nearly 30% as investors have sought safe havens. Right? So here's the thing. So during a pandemic or during uncertainty, and probably through the election, gold is probably going to continue to rise in value. Okay, but then after the coronavirus is over, and after we find out whether we keep Trump or we get somebody new in office, what do you think is going to happen to gold after that? Right? So if we say, okay, well, this is defensive stock, and I'm going to, put my money into this gold as physical form, or gold in some form of, investment that represents, some type of representation with gold, and I'm in it because I want to play defense right now while we have all this uncertainty that's taking place in the land. Okay, how long do I think the uncertainty is going to take place? Probably through the election, right? Probably through the end of the year. And then now, what am I going to do? What is going to be my strategy once things begin to get clear? Once uncertainty is gone. Well, once uncertainty gone, we can look at history and see what happens to the price of gold. All that makes sense, right? Now, this is what history teaches us. History teaches us, right? It teaches us, okay, well, here's some things that we've seen in the past, and here's some things we can expect to see moving forward. So, yes, all of the gold buffs, which I would be the gold bulls, they're super, they're super, super excited right now because of the price of gold. Oh, it's reached an all-time high. Oh, it's the highest it's ever been. Fantastic, right? Well, let's take a look at this chart. This is a 10-year chart for the price of gold. And this is, you know, people don't really have this conversation with me. So the price of gold, 2000, what we're talking about, 2008, when we had, right, when we had our crisis. No. I need to go back further. Before we had our crisis, going into 2008, price of gold, because 2008 was when Obama came into presidency, right? So before Obama, we had our housing crisis. It was probably 2004, something like that. And then Obama came in 2008, began to restore what we call the you know, they always say to restore, you know, decency to our community, our economy. But while the restoration process was to take place and it was chaos, right? Great recession, money was going into gold, and the price of gold was going up because why? Because people were investing in the gold, and therefore the demand increased, and because demand increased, price increased. But then as Obama began to restore order and bring some decency back into the land, what happened to the price of gold? In 2011, it began to what? Decrease. Now we get into 2016, Obama, what? That's at the end of his 2-year reign, and we get into this Republican term, right, with Trump, chaos back in the land, so to speak. Last 4 years, what has happened to gold? It's gone up, right? So, just by your, I don't know, your 5-year-old or fifth grade understanding, when's the best time to buy gold? Okay? You see what I'm saying? If just with your 5th grade understanding of what I just showed you, is it great to go buy gold now? Or was it better to buy gold then? And based upon your 5th grade education, is it good to buy gold now or to wait till it drops again? This is what I'm saying. Doesn't make any sense. No. It's not good to buy gold now. Why would you buy gold at the highest price it's ever been? Thinking that, okay, it's going to go higher. History shows you that it's going to drop. So if you really want to invest in gold, it makes more sense for you to wait until it goes on sale. Not buy it now, and then you got to go down with the drop when the drop comes, because we're talking about either a 3-month, 4-month investment. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about, hey, now I'm not saying, again, Barrick Gold as a stock investment is a little bit different than we're talking about gold itself. But the price of gold is going to drop. Probably, it may not, I don't know, because it depends on what happens with the election. But it's not going to continue to rise to astronomical terms like it's some Bitcoin or something like that. That just simply is not what the history has showed you. Now we can take this chart and we can go even further if you like. I mean, I'm just in 10 years, but it's a 100-year chart. We'll look at last 30 years. Or 20 years, right? Something like that, right? Last 20 years. This was again going up until what? To this 20 years. We got to go. I wish I could really break this down. We see gold dropping to 2000, increasing after 2000, increasing all the way through 2011. That would be through the 2000, the Great Recession, moving into while Bush was in office, moving into again October, November, a drop there as we moved into our new president and Obama, continue to increase while he's getting stuff in order, taking a decrease, right? And then going up now. Probably a decrease coming soon. Now, does this mean that gold, if you're owning for a long, long period of time, you can just hold, buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. That could be great as well. My thing is, why not wait till it go on sale and begin your buy and hold process versus buying when it's high, and then you have to ride down with it to continue to buy, to continue to get it while it goes up later on 10 years from now. To me, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how you would expect to really have much success buying something when it's at its all-time high. That just doesn't make sense to me. Not looking at history, but you know, do what you want. Maybe do what you want. Okay, do what you want. You're gonna do what you want anyway. You're gonna do what you want anyway. So anyway, I could, you know, I'm going to, I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I wanted to look at I'll look at a little bit of it today. I wanted to look at Barrick Gold as far as an investment is concerned. Again, what we're getting what Warren Buffett did 3 months ago, right? It's not something that he did yesterday. So understand that. But it is interesting to know the big thing that I get from the article, for me, is to stay away from bank stocks. And, you know, what are we going to do about these airline stocks? Because some people think that, you know, we got these black groups going around talking about American Airlines, Southwest, Delta. So what I'll do is for the BBC, I guess next week we're going to talk about Delta. We'll look at Delta, Southwest, and American Airlines. That's what I'm going to do. Try to. If I get through 3 in one day, it'll be great. If not, we'll do a 2-week session on Delta, Southwest, and American Airlines. But today I'm going to take a look. I got about 3 minutes left. I'll take a look at Barrick Gold real quick. Again, to make that investment while it's, 3-4 months ago, while gold was low, uncertainty in the land, and Warren Buffett is a person that just buys and holds. It's a lot more steady of an investment than airlines are concerned. I get it, right? But he's got a whole bunch of money to play with as well, and he can sit there and wait. He can wait it out for ages. Makes sense. A lot of us are in the same financial position that this billionaire is in, so we can't necessarily make the same moves because we only got so many dollars that we can spread around. But this is Barrick Gold. The company, they engage in production and sale of gold, copper, as well as related activities such as exploration and mining development. They have, so they mine gold in Toronto, Canada. On Monday, after the announcement was made, guess what? They jumped up 11% on Monday. But they've been, if you went in on Monday or Tuesday, you've been losing money because it didn't hold. It didn't keep on going up, right? 1 year went up 60% 1 year, but it's pretty much been flat for the whole year up until this recent, we had the COVID-19 in January and February, and then it's been rising ever since because during pandemic times, people go into what we consider to be defensive stocks, and a gold stock is considered to be a defensive stock. An oil stock is considered to be a defensive stock. But what I want to do at some point, I really want to get here. I'm gonna start doing my analysis not off of CNN as much as I will try to look at the company itself. So this here is Barrick Gold as a company. They have their own site. They have their own information they put out. And one of the places that they put out information, they tell you a little bit about Barrick Gold, but they have this place called Investors. Our objective is to grow shareholder returns and long-term value from a portfolio to a high-quality gold and copper assets. So not only are you investing in gold, you're investing in copper assets through disciplined capital allocation and operational excellence. We click here because this is where I would be. I'll be looking at, okay, what information are they presenting to me as a potential investor to try and get me to become an investor in their company. So they have a whole bunch of information here that you can begin to research and look through and see if you like what you see. If you like the news, if you read through the articles. This is what I'm going to start doing. They got shares and dividend information, annual reports, quarterly reports, coverage, right? You can register with them if you want as a shareholder. They got transfer agents where you can buy directly. You can buy stock directly through them if you wanted to do that. So I'm going to start using their site to try and do more analysis directly from them directly. But here you have up here they show you the price of gold. The price of gold on the or their price, the gold on it, Barrick Gold on the New York Stock Exchange, $28.98. ABX, which is on I think that's the Chinese TSX, I believe is China. That could be Canadian. That's probably Canada. Canadian Stock Exchange is $38.28. And the price of gold right now is $1938.76. I believe that to be accurate. as we look at the price of gold being 1934.80. So yeah, that's what they're representing there at the top. The price of gold, they have a stock. Their stock is on the Canadian Stock Exchange and on the American or the New York Stock Exchange. So they're being traded on two different exchanges. That's actually good news. And then they have this information here. It looks like they pay a dividend as well, shares and dividend. So this is what I'm gonna do moving forward when I do some analysis on some particular company. I'm gonna get comfortable with using their information to analyze their stock, because it's coming from the horse's mouth. It's not coming from third party, although I think it's relatively the same. I just want to get comfortable with looking at, that was Toronto Stock Exchange. So TSX is Toronto or the Canadian Stock Exchange. Stock price chart, all this great information. They paid out a dividend. They do pay a dividend. Paid a dividend out 8 cents. And they did that. They do this every 3 months, so every quarter. So that would be 32 cents. No, 32 cents. And I think that their price of the stock's $28.98. They're paying a 1% dividend right now, roughly, something like that. Yeah, you guys can see all that. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do that. I can find by share of USD. I'm gonna get some education from BBC on how to do this right here. You can, how can you? Oh, you can. How's that? You got to inform me on the process, brother. My brother from New Zealand, by the way. He said you can finally buy shares, U.S. shares from New Zealand. Oh, you got to talk to me about how they made that available to you. That'd be interesting to know. I love to know what they've done, what has happened that has allowed you to give you access to do that. Some new clause, some new what happened? So fantastic. So anyway, so again, today, guys, a little impromptu. We talked to Miss GTW, about like 9, 8, 7 p.m. Hook or crook, gonna get it done. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if you're serious. I'll tell you. Yeah, another shot. Warren Buffett and some things that he's doing. Unfortunately, I can't go through everything. I'm on a time schedule. But this is some of the stuff that we do in the BBC's Black Billionaires Club. We do have a club. So those that's really interested in learning more about how to invest and more about money, if you're really willing to invest in yourself to learn what you don't know, then sure, feel free to do that. I do come on and I do broadcasts like this. I've been doing this for free for years, but I am limiting my free stuff because I need to basically give the time to the people that's investing to get it. And that only makes sense, right? So that's why you don't see me as frequently, I would say, because number one, I run 2 businesses. I have a online retail store that I run that takes up a lot of my time. Then I have a club that I have to tend to. I have to be a good shepherd, and I need to manage. I need to manage my. I got to be a good shepherd. I got to manage my flock, right? So I got to do that. That's what's important. I mean, that's what takes priority. Y'all are important, but that's what takes priority. The site. So I mentioned earlier, Ms. Katrinda, that the site. I'm still working on the site. Something went on with the site as far as the Black Billionaires Club site. So give us a minute. Maybe give us 8 hours, 4 to 8 hours to get it up. I think my tech guy is up now. I can reach back out to him. I noticed it last night. I reached out to him. I'll reach out to him again this morning. If you're looking to buy the book or something like that, you can buy it from my other site. It'll still take the transaction take place from ERGJ Black Bazaar. You said you emailed me your information, so that's great. Fantastic. Thanks so much for doing that. I'll reach back out to you later today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today. This is just money talk. It's not something that many people want to do. But you do. You showed up, and this is just what we do. In the comments below, I'd love for you to share something that you learned today. I don't do this just to do this. I do this to make a difference, and hopefully we made a difference in your life today, that your financial literacy, your financial education was improved because you actually showed up. Fantastic. Kudos. I'm simply asking you to answer this question in the comments below. Was this worth your time, and why? Was this worth your time, and why? A good friend of mine told me, he said, man, you've been doing this financial education thing for a while, And you simply have to understand that it's not going to be as popular as entertainment, but it's still important. And when he told me that, I said, you know, that makes sense. You know, I'm not going to attract the masses. And quite honestly, I don't want to. I'm only going to attract the few who really want to make a difference, who really want to take control, who really want to improve their own financial situation. And those are the people that I'm looking for. Again, I'm only looking for people who are looking for me. I'm only willing to teach those who want to be taught. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But guess what? If the horse is thirsty and the horse wants to drink, if you lead the horse to water, then the horse will drink. This is the Money and Power Show. I'm your host, ERGJ. I'll reach back out to you. Consider what I'll do is I'll let you know as soon as I get back up again. I appreciate you. Definitely want to look forward to having you as a member. And we can continue to move forward, helping you with your business and the things that you want to accomplish. Find out the things that you want to accomplish as well. So I will reach out to you. Also, Miss Glenda, TTW, enjoying no more procrastination. I understand priorities. Absolutely. I want you guys to remember this, man, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.